Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game, Infi versus Moon, taking place here on Terranistan. Infi has spawned as the blue orc over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom right, we have Moon spawning as the red Night Elf. Night Elf versus Orc in this 1v1 matchup, and I am looking forward to it, not just because, well, I'm looking forward to this because this game was recommended, and also, well, just two very high-level players playing at the top of the game right now, and really also looking forward to what's going to be happening with Warcraft 3 Reforged in the future. With Warcraft 3 Reforged, some of those leaks about the menu systems have been snuck into that Blizzard launcher, and with all of that said and done, well, what are we really going to be looking at? I may be doing some playthroughs with Warcraft 3 just for the campaign, just to relive the story. And it looks like they did do a little bit of retconning in terms of the overall story, perhaps updating the animations, but also they have more available to them for art, making it look like Azeroth doesn't have a bunch of Greek columns and things like that. So it will be nice to be able to relive all of that, as well as the story of Warcraft 3 and the story of Azeroth does get fleshed out. It's one of those things where as soon as an intellectual property starts to have like a feel in and of its own, and it becomes bigger than those who have created it, that's really when things really start to take off. And I think that happened with Lordaeron and Blizzard, well, after World of Warcraft, where people were able to explore and walk around, and World of Warcraft really made Blizzard, well, do a lot here, as we're now taking a look at the Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter first taking down a Wisp, preventing the detonation. Nicely done. Meanwhile, it is going to be a Keeper of the Grove. Infi continually living up to his name of being, well, having very off-the-wall strategies. As you're taking a look here, Archer and all of these units getting taken down. Keeper of the Grove also using tents to clear out that backside as well. And well, this is going to be just extremely effective, as we're going to take a look, well, what is going on here. Quick takedown there, as you're going to take a look at the Keeper of the Grove pick up an item as well. Both sides trying to effectively creep. Shadowhunter first is a very powerful hero that generally only works on this particular map, or maps that have lightning shield, that allows the Shadowhunter to still do a large amount of damage. Don't try to go Shadowhunter in other situations, as without that lightning shield, well, it is difficult to level up that Shadowhunter and get it to level 2, thereby getting you behind on experience. Now, Keeper of the Grove is out onto the field, continuing to clear out some creep camps, and both sides are just staying relatively close to home. Shadowhunter quickly sells some items, and surprisingly, the Shadowhunter has double Slippers of Agility that normally wouldn't look like a good item, but remember, the Shadowhunter is an agility-based hero. So with that said, let's take a look. Units are going to go ahead and engage now, trying to go after that one rogue wizard in the back. It will get taken down rather fast. Oh, tries to get a frost armor off, but does not get it in time. Meanwhile, back down to the south, Peon trying to do a little bit of engaging as well. Archers, with all of that piercing range damage, could spell a little bit of problems as well, and this has been Moon's go-to strategy. Keeper of the Grove with mass archers, that damage output is rather high, and because the archers are naturally magic resistant, it's difficult to try and finish them off, even though they are low hit point units. Shadowhunter sitting at level 2, may not get to level 3, may pick up, oh, is it going to pick up a Ring of Protection +3? That's going to be a weird position, and not picking it up, not destroying it. Meanwhile, Wisp now making its way back out across over here. Shadowhunter pretty much has used up all of its item slots already, as the Shadowhunter now makes its way back down, perhaps to try to get some harassment onto this Tree of Life. Perhaps it will be some sort of Serpent Ward play, as we take a look back off to the north. Any type of delay will work out well. There's an Ancient of Wonders. Serpent Wards are now down, and that will be able to poke apart that rather fast. There you go. That gets taken down. Shadowhunter now sitting at level 2 is going to poke back the other way as well. Grunts, more units trying to head back, as the Keeper of the Grove being forced to engage here, and it actually pulled a lot of aggro from those units, as more units are still trying to pull back again. Alright, let's take a look at this. We are getting an Orc Burrow down across there, trying to hire up more mercenaries. You can see that, well, these units are all shadow melded right here. Serpent Ward trying to go after the Nightcrawlers now. And that, well, Nightcrawler is in a position to try and aggro multiple locations, double Serpent Wards down. As, well, this is going to be a difficult spot to try and engage. Let's take a look. Is the Shadow Hunter going to engage here? Yes, it will. And triple Serpent Wards. Serpent Wards deal 27 to 30 damage. That is actually rather high. If you are not expecting it, yes, they are stationary, but all of a sudden the Shadow Hunter with level 2 Serpent Wards dealing that much damage allows that Shadow Hunter to really open things up. Alright, are we going to get a healing salve here anytime soon? Yeah, gets a healing salve, does have a Book of the Dead. Serpent Ward engaging right now. This could be a fight into the back corner, and now Book of the Dead is being used. Goblin Alchemist going straight back after that unit here. Are we going to see a Hex onto that Alchemist? No, we are not. The Alchemist is going to get taken down after trying to finish off 2 of the 4 Troll Shadow Priests, as the Shadow Hunter is still trying to engage here. 1 Shadow Hunter trying to get away. It will get taken down as well. Continuing focus onto those Shadow Hunters left and right. Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. 1 Grunt may get lost as well, as the Shadow Hunter, well, picks himself up and leaves. Both sides suffering terrible damage and terrible losses, as we're looking at, well, peons now making their way back. Tauren Chieftain is out onto the field. We are going into, well, the expansion once more. The expansion for the Night Elf has yet to be cleared, as the Shadow Hunter now makes its way down. A Tauren Chieftain also slipping its way down as well. Goblin Alchemist getting resurrected. Was the 2 Troll Shadow Priests, was that sacrifice worth it? Well, it did destroy or offset much of Infi's army. And Infi now, with that Shadow Hunter getting very close to, well, getting closer to level 5. I thought he had a Clarity Potion. Perhaps he got attacked. Yeah, it looks like he got attacked, unfortunately, thereby losing quite a bit of precious mana, dropping some of those items, and he wants to pick up new items again. Needs a bit more mana, as most likely that Tauren Chieftain will be picking those up right there. Alright, gonna go ahead and pick up the tome, pick up some items, and now pick up the remaining units here. Shadow Hunter, once again, is a very mana-intensive hero, trying to get all of that once more. 1 Kobold Taskmaster in the back, very difficult to get to. I'm not quite sure what is going on here, just trying to pull the aggro away. There you go, finally allowing for engagement there. Shadow Hunter getting another kill off onto another Wisp, and now picking up that Ring of Protection that he missed some time ago. Now, Moon has played to his typical self, going for that expansion. That Keeper of the Grove with Mass Archers and Goblin Alchemist is a strategy, has been his go-to strategy for quite some time. As we're also looking at the Tauren Chieftain now with Vampiric Aura. The Lightning Shield could also play a very large effect here. Serpent Ward will get taken out. And this is going to be key. If the Shadow Hunter gets to level 5, all of a sudden, the amount of damage done is actually rather high. Tauren Chieftain now coming in from the back here. We could see a Scroll of Speed being used. Shadow Hunter going to try and engage. Let's take a look. And this could end up becoming a problem here, as the units are now trying to engage here. Scroll of Speed, surround onto an Alchemist. Or do we have a Staff of Preservation? No, we do not. No easy way to give it to the Alchemist. Nope, there it is, quickly given. As a quick Scroll of Town Portal also used. Archers, are they going to be too far away? Yes, much of the army is too far down. And wow, with the army being too far down, perhaps Moon was trying to see if he could bait the units away. But, and then just pick up one of those Goblin Zeppelins, as the Goblin Zeppelin now overhead. Alright, what is going down here? This army away from the heroes actually engaging. This is not what I was expecting, as the archers with their very long piercing damage able to focus down the shadow, or excuse me, the oh my gosh, the shaman that were just a bit too far away. Ents continuing to engage as well. 47 supply compared to 43. Units are looking to back off. There's a stomp to putting his foot down, getting in a little bit of experience as the units are trying to head back once more. Tauren Chieftain could steal a little bit of mana from a unit here. There goes an entangle, and down that grunt goes. The Keeper of the Grove getting a little bit more experience as the Alchemist gets to level 3. Alright, Shadow Hunter desperately trying to get to level 5 now. That level 5 ability, the effectiveness of that Serpent Ward goes up at such a high rate, and it could start to turn the tides of battles. But right now, it really does feel like Infi is a bit behind. The colors are reversed, so Infi is at 46 supply compared to 51. Back down across here, Alchemist, Keeper of the Grove, level 4, level 3, going up against a level 4, level 3 as well, I believe. No, it's almost level 3. Tauren Chieftain will get there off of this creep camp, and it looks like Infi is setting up an expansion of his own. Tauren Chieftain now just wandering through here, going to try and finish off the remainder of these units. Not going to have a bit of a problem. There is one Wisp back across over here. And with that Wisp spotted, is it going to actually get taken out? Grunt's going to make their way over. Yeah, a Grunt is going to go ahead and try and engage, but unable to attack right there. As you can see, the Wisp now making its way back out. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 3, continuing to generate some more hit points off of that Vampiric Aura. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter staying at level 4, very close to level 5. Perhaps the Tauren Chieftain should have given some of that experience to that Shadow Hunter. Now, the majority of the creep camps have been cleared out. Moon is sitting on an economic advantage, has a slightly smaller army because of all of the additional workers. But with that said, we are looking at an expansion coming in down, or well, in the center portion of the map, as well, the natural expansions here. What is this follow-up play going to be? Ents now trying to make their way over. Are we going to see a couple of purges? No purges, as that would have given experience. That would have been an easy bit of experience right there. Tauren Chieftain still sitting at level 3. Shadow Hunter just shy of, or getting shy of level 5, as the Force of Nature just falls down. Alright, Mass Archer Army, piercing damage, improved range. And it is going to be going up against this Grunt Shaman army, Tauren Chieftain, perhaps with Lightning Shield. Is that going to be enough to turn the tide of battle? Shadow Hunter now coming back down across here, as we are going to be looking at a bit of piercing damage. We do see some repairing. Keeper of the Grove now just going to make its way in, get some Ents, perhaps get a, yes, summoning those Ents right there, and unable to Scroll of Town Portal clear this. This is going to be a problem. Goblins up and now overhead. Meanwhile, we are now going into an engagement, trying to finish off some of these buildings down across here. Wisp may be trying to head back. Meanwhile, back down across here, we are looking at the peons getting taken down. Scroll of Town Portal retreating all the way back, and it is going to be landing at the expansion. A couple of key buildings will be taken out, but this is still not a good spot at all. All right, Grunt's now trying to engage, and Infi is just not as mobile as Moon is right now, and there hasn't been enough of well, the economic advantage of Moon is just starting to take hold a bit too much. Scroll of Speed was used, but many of those units did not get that buff, or perhaps they were detonated, as the units are now trying to head back again. Tauren Chieftain could try to hang back here. Shadow Hunter is purposely, are they going to try to fight on the bridge with that narrow choke point there? And Moon notices it's a trap and decides not to engage. Moon now with, well, a third base about to be established. The piercing damage, wow, of those archers able to engage here. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain is going to try to run all the way back. There goes an illusion. There is a stomp right there. As you see, the Alchemist still trying to fight around here. All right, Archer, a Lightning Shield just trying to dive on in across multiple units. Is it going to be enough? The Grunts, no, just too low on hit points, too much focus fire. No Spirit Link causing problems. Tauren Chieftain now currently entangled, but it is slicing through much of that damage with that Lightning Shield again. Tauren Chieftain continuing to fight back here. Tauren Chieftain does have a Ring of Regeneration, as he's going to perhaps try to shift back down. Another Lightning Shield could be thrown down as well, but no, the Shamans are just too low on mana, unable to engage freely. Meanwhile, back down across over here, Roar, the Scroll of the Beast was used. Extra damage across multiple units. That's +5 damage right there, essentially giving everything an additional 2-0 upgrade, as we now see a 49 supply compared to 63. All right, Shaman here, Grunts here, all ready to engage. Tauren Chieftain trying to fight this all out. Infi knows that he needs to hold on to this expansion in order to fight back here, as the Tauren Chieftain going to perhaps dive on in. There is the Lightning Shield. There is the Stomp. Serpent Wards are in position, as the Grunts are now making their way across. All right, lots of damage just by being, well, standing a bit too close. That low hit point Grunt getting in a bit of damage as well. Healing Wave. That Shadow Hunter Grunt is going to get taken out. Another Roar being used right there. Another huge bit of damage being given to across multiple units, as we see the units now looking to back up and say, you know what? at this stage in the game, perhaps I can just draw a line in the sand and try to win that way. Shadowhunter sitting at level 5, but did it go for Healing Wave? It went for level 2 Healing Wave, level 2 Serpent Ward, and level 1 Hex. That's the reason why the Serpent Wards are not dealing nearly as much damage as I originally thought. And Moon, being the typical a mass expand player that he is up and running on 3 bases. And this may just turn into a game of macro for Moon. He has the economic advantage, he has the army size advantage, and with that he can trade even inefficiently up against his opponent and take the lead. Alright, with that said, right now the mining, once this base is up and running, it will be 21 gold a second versus 20 gold a second. Not that big of a difference. It's really going to come down to the economic, or not the economic, the army size advantage that, well, Moon currently has. Tauren Chieftain now heading back off to the north. Alchemist, all the units are trying to line up for their next potential fight. Shamans really need a lot more mana, and you can see that's why they are all out onto the field. The Keeper of the Grove pretty much has been shut down in terms of how effective he can be. Ents will easily get purged. Entangle will also easily get purged, so that's not going to be that big of an issue. Witch Doctor throws down a Sentry Ward. It quickly realizes, you know what, this is not the place that I want to be, as the Tauren Chieftain now makes its way back over. Alright, Scroll of Town Portal. Units are now trying to head back down again. There is a Staff of Preservation, double watchtowers, very long range, just to make sure that those archers do not poke it for free. Meanwhile, well, the Serpent Wards are not that effective against archers because the archers actually outrange them. Alright, in comes the units. Tauren Chieftain diving on in, trying to dive in very quickly. Let's take a look. A couple of Shamans. Tauren Chieftain trying to make its way back. There's a Lightning Shield going down as well, and it is just diving in left and right. There's a big stomp. Are we going to see another Lightning Shield? Yes, we are. And multiple Lightning Shield across multiple units. And this damage over time effect may actually start to eat away at the army here. You can take a look. Alchemist is taking a lot of damage, finally starting to be engaged again. Units are trying to head back. Shamans are able to do a lot of magic damage from the back, and that's going to see what's happening. 51 compared to 64. Mass Lightning Shield, economic advantage. Shamans are trying to head back every which way. Goblin Zeppelins, take a look. There goes, what, 1 or 2 more units again, as the Tauren Chieftain now heads back off to the north. Many units were chasing back off to the side, and now finally trying to re-engage as the Serpent Ward able to start poking through. Now, Keeper of the Grove in a world of hurt. That whole entire army size advantage completely lost now, as one Lightning Shield off over here perhaps could have finished off a number of units. Let's take a look. No Lightning Shield was cast on any other units, as they were teleported back. Sometimes you will see a Lightning Shield being cast on multiple units as they are teleporting back, and when that happens, well, the units start killing each other once more. Mass Shamans coming here. Shadowhunter sitting at level 5, getting closer to level 6. Tauren Chieftain sitting at 4, almost level 5. You can see that additional Ring of Protection, Ring of Regeneration, and that Vampiric Aura with Scrolls of Healing is allowing that Tauren Chieftain to dive very deep. The advantage, the army size advantage that I thought Moon has all of a sudden shifted. Infi has been losing less gold to upkeep, and with that he's actually staying relatively even. He traded efficiently there, got higher up in overall level, and with that said, let's take a look. Goblin Alchemist is at 4, Keeper of the Grove is at 5. If the Keeper of the Grove gets to level 6 though, things could go sideways very quickly. Back across over here, let's take a look. I believe there's a couple of purges there. Was there more experience? Not quite sure. There is a Tree of Life being built down to the south. This will get taken down, well, relatively quickly, as the Shamans and the heroes do deal reduced damage. Same things with the Serpent Wards. Alright, trying to engage across over here. Let's take a look. Massive repairs getting underway. No Scroll of Town Portal. Scroll of Town Portal now coming across. Peons trying to get repaired. Where's the Scroll of Town Portal? Going to land right there. Perhaps try to get a couple Lightning Shields on units to get them away. No, I don't think any Lightning Shields were cast this time around, as we're now going into Chimeras. Moon, with that gold advantage, knowing that, you know what, I do have the economic advantage here. I can perhaps finish things off again. Wisp unable to get the repair down as we now see another expansion. Oh, does he spot this expansion? That is going to be key here. Yes, he does spot the expansion, and now going to start throwing down some of the serpent wards again. The economic advantage, the head slap that Infi must be doing right now to know that his opponent had this base up and running, and how much additional gold his opponent was able to hold on to, as this Tree of Life will get taken out. All right, Tree of Life will get taken out, but has the damage been done? Look at this, 9,000 gold compared to 12,500, 3,000 gold. 5 minutes of mining was taking place right there. A couple of detonations to remove the Shadow Hunter's mana, as the Tauren Chieftain and the Shadow Hunter may be making their way back over here in just a moment. Main base now getting into a bit of trouble right now. Archers, Ent's going to try and engage, but this is buying time for the Shadow Hunter to get over into the proper position. Meanwhile, off to the north here, Ent's going to try and engage, perhaps clear up a bit here. Peon's just going to jump inside. More Ent's jumping inside here. Oh, purging, getting underway. There was free experience for that Tauren Chieftain and that Shadow Hunter, who still needs a bit more mana. Meanwhile, we're still engaging off over here as the Moon decides to back away, saying, you know what, this is not worth fighting and diving in for right now. All right, one Peon will get taken down. A couple of purges right there once more, as we are looking at Moon's 78 supply army compared to 62. The Chimeras will be absolutely key. A ground attack, well, siege attack right there. And let's take a look at what's going to be happening next. Shadow Hunter getting ready to go. The Chimeras will be able to attack, will be able to deal a lot of damage to these buildings. And it's really been a case where trying to attack buildings and infrastructure has not really been working out, because you have just a lot of piercing and hero damage. Throw in a couple of Chimeras and all of a sudden that all of a sudden changes with 46 to 66 siege damage per attack. The Shamans are not going to be that effective at trying to take them out, and the fact that there are also Taurens out onto the field may be, well, maybe the beginning of the end for Infi. A judgment call, not knowing that his opponent has Chimeras. When you build a unit that's already naturally countered at tier 3, that could potentially be a problem. Hats off to Moon for hiding those Chimeras for as long as he had. Let's take a look back down across over here. Another expansion trying to be built. It will quickly get taken down. Bloodlust is also in play as well. Shamans, Taurens are going to be able to deal so much damage. Mass detonation to try to remove mana. Shadow Hunter now going to be teleporting back off to the north here, and it is going to be getting into position. There you go. There goes that one Voodoo Lounge. It will get taken down. We are going to be going into repairs. Another Voodoo Lounge has already been added, and you can see, well, the Shadow Hunter realizes, wait a second, that is a lot of Chimeras right there. 4 Chimeras in the air. Tauren Chieftain, let's take a look at this. And wow, the Tauren trying to dive on in, quickly getting focused down by those Chimeras, which normally would be a perfect unit to have Lightning Shield. Tauren Chieftain trying to fight their way back. Shamans are just getting eaten up alive. Mass purge onto all of those Chimeras to slow them down, but not enough. And Infi throws in the towel, knowing that he just doesn't have it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.